Alright. Now we'll wait for everything to connect. There we are. And I'm just going to jump in immediately. As you can see, I have not touched it since last stream, so we're just going to jump right into Earth Rock Trilobite stage. We'll bring Axel and Shore. Navigation off. So yes, this is going to be our little pre-show. That will probably leak a bit into actual go time. Nice. Because we are going to be rare metal, or not rare metal grinding, but metal grinding. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? I know, stream just started, I'm barely giving a chance for people to get in. Oh no. Alright. Let's get a bit closer just so that way we can grab some more of the rare metal, or not rare metals, metals. But yes, this is what you do. Shoot him in the knees as he helplessly looks on. As you can see, doing it with Axel grants the best results, as you can just hold down the button and listen to the funny noises. And each of these is 50 medals. So you can just sit here for however long you want, just grinding these up. Very, very engaging gameplay. Normally I would just, turn off the game audio and have some music or a video going on in the background, but this is what we call content. I can't just shut my brain off and listen to something in the background. I actually have to commentate, and because, this is sort of the downside of doing it live. I guess I could have just recorded this as a video and fast-forwarded it, but you know what? It's part of the experience. And I was wondering why my Xtreme 1 didn't do well. Although I didn't sit there for, minutes on end just shooting the same well, that's debatable. Yeah. I guess in the meantime I can talk about, I was watching some of the, what do you call them, trailers that are included, for the different games in the Mega Man X Legacy collections. And I was watching the Japanese trailer or the Japanese trailers for Mega Man X8. And you know, it was pretty much final gameplay footage, what you would expect. But then, for some reason, the American trailer used what looked like much earlier footage. Like, a lot of the lighting wasn't final. It looked like they hadn't got the physics that they wanted to get down yet. Like, everybody just moved in a strange way. I don't know how to explain it. And I would show y'all, but you know, well, we're metal grinding right now, and I can't just open up this menu and go, oh, play this in the corner. You know, this... But I digress. Anyway, I think I will get 20,000 medals, and then we can continue on. But in that time, we still got some stuff to go. So in the meantime, I figured that I would talk to y'all about something that, I remembered existed the other day. So, we all know Mighty Number 9, assuming that you've watched these Mega Man X streams. You're at least familiar with Keiji Inafune, who many people proclaim to be the father of Mega Man. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even like that title, because he wasn't there when Mega Man was first being created. He joined the team, like the Mega Man 1 team, later in development. So Mega Man as a concept and as a character was already being made. Or was already made, and he just helped refine the game. But he came out with Mighty Number 9. Infamous flop. But at the same time, he launched 2 additional Kickstarters for a game and an OVA for that game known as Red Ash. The game was called Red Ash: The Indelible Legend, and the actual OVA was called Red Ash Magicicada. The game, The Indelible Legend, did not end up getting funded. However, when the funding was unsuccessful, they announced that the Chinese company Fuse was going to be paying for production costs. Let me just grab some of those. Was going to be paying for the game's development. And then we just never heard anything again. Now, Magicicada, the OVA, did actually come out. You can watch it on YouTube. The quality isn't the greatest, but honestly, watching it really makes me wish that Red Ash did get, its funding goals met. And that game came out. Because between the two, between Mighty Number 9 and Red Ash, which, yes, to point it out, the game Red Ash, The Indelible Legend, is, giving a nod to both the original Japanese Rockman Dash, or Dig Outer's adventure story in the Halcyon days, like and The Indelible Legend, obviously you know, giving a nod to Mega Man Legends. You know, seeing the characters interact with pretty much any personality, because I didn't really care for Mighty Number 9. Like, I have tried to play through that game, and if y'all want, I can have myself play through that game for y'all. Because I have the game, all the DLC, except for, like, the Minecraft Beck skin. Or what was it? I believe it was, you could download the retro Beck skin. But you had to be a backer on Kickstarter to get the gold Beck skin, I think it is what it was. Which, to be fair, looks super tacky. Then again, it looks better than... I keep calling it Minecraft Beck, because that's all it reminds me of. Also, I don't have to point the thing up there. It's just when it goes between his feet, you can't really see it. So I like having the visual variety of the lasers bouncing around on screen. Yes, it feels like the equivalent of dangling keys in a toddler's face, but you know what? Shut up. Those are some shiny keys. But anyway, as I was saying, Red Ash, the indelible legend, the, like, pre-alpha that, they let people play, that, that did not give me much hope. Like, I watched some gameplay of it, and it's a singular room where you can play as Red Ash's Beck. Because even though it's theoretically not a part of the Mighty Number 9 universe, the main characters are still called Beck and Call. But this one has Tiger, and not Dr. Sonda. Or Dr. What's the other... Who's the Dr. Light stand-in that they were trying to say is maybe morally ambiguous, but you really don't care? Dr. White. It was Dr. White. Yeah. So, none of those. Tiger seems actually very, like... seemed like a character that I would have actually been interested in had anything come out of the project aside from the OVA. Which, once again, the OVA made me interested in the characters, made me want to see more of the world. Also, even though it's called Red Ash Magicicada, I don't think there were any cicadas in the special. Like, they might have been flying around in the background and I couldn't tell because YouTube only has like a 360p upload of the thing. But I don't think they actually fought any cicadas in that. So, nice. But I digress. I like to poke fun. I was actually looking at both the Kickstarter pages, because both of them are still up. Obviously you can't fund them anymore, because it's been like 8 years. Has it really almost been 8 years since? No. What? 2015? It is 2023. It's been almost 8 years. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Alright. There we go. Chat, I didn't mean to do this to myself. Alright. So there we go. We got our life ups. Let's do this one. Oh, I didn't even check if we got his weapon. No, we didn't. Well, you know what, chat? We can get some medals as we finish up the grind for these last two ones. We're going back to Primrose, but we shouldn't be here long. It should just be the one thing that we need Axel for. And then the upgraded crystal wall. Crystal wall. But yeah. I'm sad that we... Did I just kill both of them? I killed both of them. Dang it. I never realized that the OVA actually came out. Fun fact, with Axel you cannot double jump. With Axel you can hover. But yeah, it is sad that both Mega Man Legends 3 as well as Red Ash, which was supposed to be the spiritual successor, both got canceled. And once again, if ever, Capcom, please, if you're listening, if we ever get a Mega Man Legends Legacy Collection, please, 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 even just, like, the demo that y'all were going to release on the, no, on the eShop, the 3DS eShop, when that was going to be, when that was new, I should say. Not when that was going to be a thing. Just giving us something. Like, adding subtitles to all the games, I don't really expect that. Adding, you know, analog functionality to Mega Man Legends 1, like in Legends 2 and Misadventures of Tron Bonne, I'm also not really expecting that in this hypothetical situation I am crafting in my head of Mega Man Legends 3. Not Mega Man Legends 3, Mega Man Legends Legacy Collection. But, like... No! The Mega Man Legends 3 prologue that was seemingly finished because one person outside of Capcom did play it and wrote a story about it. And apparently it was really fun. There we go. So just not having that. Also, for some reason this stage has 2 weapons for Zero, which is strange. The Knuckles. Brain cannot think of things. Also, don't make fun of me for using palette. I legitimately don't remember where the things are in this stage. But yeah, get out of here. Get out of here with your garbage. Ah. Well, there's a... Ah, nice. Yeah. The last thing we got was Red Ash Magic Cicada in, I want to say it came out in 2017? But aside from that, we haven't really heard anything, Dude Man, Keiji Inafune, one, was not a part of the, Beastroids NFT, as far as I know. But he has actually been acting as an executive producer for Azure Striker Gunvolt 3, which apparently already came out, which is news to me. Psst, guys, I have some information for you. There seems to be an old out-of-use generator somewhere. I've already done that. Get out of here. But yeah, ooh. Oh, what could have been? Ow. Yeah, got him. Dang it. I'm trying to remember. Oops. Ah, there we go. Oh, excuse me. Hey, how's it going? I was about to say, one of the things that changes with Zero's K-Knuckle is the thing that you just saw. The spinning move that I really like using with the D-Glaive is instead turned into the Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku from Street Fighter. And I believe in the original Japanese version of the game, I am really just kind of throwing caution to the wind. Okay, there's nothing down there. Nice. Oh. Are you planning on playing the Zero games next?
Zero, can you hear me?
Okay, here's the thing.
Here's some information.
I have the Zero ZX collection. I enjoyed the ZX games, but I've just never really clicked with... Oh, nice. I missed Pallet's information. I've never really clicked with the Mega Man Zero games, so at some point in the future, I can do them, but it's certainly not going to be next. Also, I did not get any of the rare medals. I just kind of ran through the stage. My hunter rank has gone up. Dang, I must have did that stage real good.
Let's work together. Let's do it.
So, I'm guessing that I was supposed to backtrack when I turned on the power before on that second level instead of immediately dropping down to the first. Nice. I am a master at these games. But don't worry, I do have plans for what I want to do next. What those plans are, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. No. Zero is just taking all the punishment here.
Zero, can you hear me?
Yeah, so
Go for it. I'll take care of it.
let's bring out Axel again. Nice. Let's hope I didn't just kill the mechanoid over here that I need to copy the abilities of. There we go. Make sure to have that ready. So yeah. I forgot that I have the A-Trans ability selected. Get off of the A-Trans. Thank you. Zero, you did not need that. But yes, I am very, very much looking forward to... That dude can still hurt you. I wonder... There it is! That's the abandoned generator! Huh? Oh no, it looks like it's broken down from years of disuse. Maybe if you tried to jumpstart it with a shock. Okay. Oh. Chat, you know what? I bet you that triangle... I'm going to come back in here with X. But we're going to go back here for a bit. Yep. Look at that. Platforms that were not here before. And a rare medal. I don't want to spoil too much. I will say it is a puzzle fighting game that originated in arcades. I will not be playing the arcade version. However,
Let's work together. Here we go.
trying to figure out a way to word this that doesn't just spoil what it is. Yeah. It's a puzzle fighting game that was originally released in the arcades, and then saw some decent traction at home, and then was revived in the 2010s, and that is the game that I will be playing. I tried to give some hints without just completely giving it away. If somebody ends up guessing it in chat, then yeah, I'll just announce it. But yeah, if from that hint, or those hints, I guess, if somebody can guess the game, then I'll be surprised, happy. I don't know. Alright. Now, we use A-Trans. We go in. But yes, it's not just gonna be all platformers all the time, even though that is one of my favorite, genres. Chat, how did I know? Probably because I've played this game before and I've 100%ed it multiple times, but let's see what chip we got, shall we? Whoa, the other life tank. Let's fill it up and also get the prickle barrier. Alright. Chip deletes. So as you can see, we're missing something for X, something for 0, and something for Axel. One of those things is the weapon ups, because I just realized I never grabbed the weapon ups for each of the characters. Oops. Alright. But now, just to drag this out a little bit longer, y'all thought we were done, didn't you? So we're going to head back into this stage just to grind up some more medals. I know, not the most invigorating gameplay. Certainly isn't the most wonderful thing to listen to. But as I said, this is going to be a true 100% playthrough. And that means grinding, chat. Did anybody catch how much the remaining things I have left to get cost? Ah, come on. But anyway, now would be a good time for questions, I guess. Also, yeah, now doing the Giga attack doesn't spawn like a huge medal, as much as I wish that was the case. There are some other games that I was thinking about playing next, like maybe chilling before going into the next game and doing like another Call of Duty Zombies stream or something, because I enjoy custom zombies, and well, there have been years and years worth of maps made for Black Ops 3 zombies. I don't have or I don't have the PC versions of pretty much any of the other Call of Duty games, mainly because I don't care about the Battle.net launcher, so I don't have Black Ops 4 and onward on PC. I don't think I have Black Ops 4 at all, now that I think about it. At some point I'll probably pick that one up on, like, Xbox or something, because once again, I do not care about the Battle.net launcher, so I'm not going to put it on my computer. I do have Cold War. I don't have Vanguard because it never really interested me, and it made me so happy, in a way, because that meant I could finally stop paying attention to Call of Duty, because I only paid attention to it for the zombies mode, and now that that's not good... Well, okay. Now that it's not something that I enjoy or look forward to or want to play, I can just ignore Call of Duty altogether, like I did before I got into playing the zombies mode. It kind of sucks that the rare medals don't actually give you any, like, increase to your medal total. Because finding those and having them be, like, worth, I don't know, 500 medals or something, just to sort of offset how ridiculously expensive some of the later game, or some of the better upgrades are. I feel like it would kind of balance it out. Alright. But, with all that being said, if y'all would like to see that sort of, you know, casual, it would probably be another just short 2-hour stream. That custom zombies one. Because as much as I enjoy the zombies mode and have played it since I was a kid, I'm not very good at it. I can't do a lot of round 50s, especially not solo, certainly not doing round 100s, even if I was able to. But, you know, if that is something that y'all want to see in between this and the next game that I'm going to play, let me know in chat or in the comments after the stream is done. Because, you know, part of this is I want to share the experiences that I enjoy, the things that I like with other people, but at the same time I want people to be able to go, hey, I think you would enjoy this, or hey, I would like to see you tackle this because you're interested in this, and, you know, things like that I'm interested in. Like, there was a Castlevania-inspired game that I was looking at earlier. It was done by Inti Creates. Or it's being done by Inti Creates. It's not out yet. I believe it comes out in February. It is called Grim Guardians Demon Purge. And, well, obviously that's not a game that I own, because it's not out yet. If things like that, you know, where it's like, yeah, we have the upcoming Dead Cells Castlevania collaboration, and there was another game that Castlevania collaborated with not too long ago that I think was like a multiplayer roguelike game or something. I could be completely wrong. I just remember seeing like Soma and whatnot was in it, And I was just like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked at the actual game itself, and I'm just like, I'm not very interested in this. Because, I tend to default to these single-player experiences. Not that I think that there's not a space for multiplayer games, both, co-op and competition. Obviously, that would be, saying, oh, my preferences are this, so obviously everybody must think this way. Like, no, I understand that cooperational games often are get more attention than single player games do at this point, which is fair. A lot of people want to play with their friends, their family, their children, their friends, their neighbors. It's a good way of bringing people together. Don't know why I accidentally pressed the switch button. But, it's just... I personally would rather sit here and do something like this. I know I'm selling single-player games as an experience so well. But, as somebody who doesn't have the time or the money to invest in all of the biggest, newest, shiniest, fanciest games, I often find games years after they've been out of print, after they've had their time in the spotlight, and so, finding multiplayer games for things like that is a lot harder. Of course, there's things like the original Xbox's X-Link Kai, where, you can still find games of the original Halo 2, or Conquer Live and Reloaded, or, things of that nature. But it's much easier to pop in a single-player game and play whenever you want, rather than trying to coordinate multiple people's schedules. It's kind of like my same thing with D&D. Like, I love D&D. I love, going on adventures and being able to have inside jokes with my friends, and, sort of bond over that. But also because we're all adults with different work schedules, and some of us have moved to different states, actually setting those things up is kind of a logistical nightmare. But yeah. If anything, instead of playing the Mega Man Zero games next, I would probably... Well, I'm gonna take a break from Mega Man for a bit. But when I do come back to it, I'm probably going to start with either the classic or try out one of the Battle Network games. I'm not going to say, hey, we're going to immediately have another marathon when the Battle Network Legacy Collection comes out. I just keep running into this dude. Which, I do own the original Legacy Collections, but once again, as of the date of this streaming, the Battle Network Legacy Collections have yet to come out. But speaking of multiplayer things, it does have online multiplayer, and a friend of mine who streams on Twitch, at least I think she still streams on Twitch, is super excited because I believe Battle Network is her favorite Mega Man series. So, who knows, maybe we might do something together, either just, in in our own personal lives, or one of us streams it. I don't know. That would be something that I would have to talk to her about. And then, of course, figure out scheduling. I know she has a YouTube account. In fact, you can find her in my recommended channels, if YouTube still has that as a thing, where you just go to my YouTube channel and then hit channels, and then it should bring you to a section that I have labeled Friends of the Channel. I know she doesn't really post on YouTube anymore, but I think from there you should be able to find her Twitch. Yeah! Get out of here! Once again, I know that does nothing to it, but it makes me feel better, okay? Also, seriously, what did they make this mechanoid out of that none of the Maverick Hunters can scratch it? It's not lined up for the next stream, but I have expressed in the past wanting to stream the Castlevania series. And funnily enough, something that I completely forgot to mention last stream, a coworker of mine and I went thrift shopping the other day, and I found a PS3 Slim, so pretty much the exact same model that I have. Might be a different, like, revision of it, though. For $50. Disk drive works, all of the video outputs work, controller connects to it just fine. It's perfectly fine, but it was just $50. So, I bought it. Because, like I've said before, my PS3, the one that my family has had for years, and the one that I've modded, is experiencing some sort of issues with either its power supply, maybe the power cord. Something is getting in the way to where it's having a hard time consistently booting up. And then when I get it to boot up, at random points, whether I'm playing a game, whether I'm just sitting on the XMB dashboard, I believe it's called, it just turns itself off. So at some point I want to get that checked out and, you know, hopefully get it repaired, because, you know, I've played that thing for years, and I would be sad to see it go. But of course I have the other PS3 as a backup just in case. It's very much the same situation that I have with my original Xbox. The original Xbox was the first system I ever had, outside of a plug-and-play Sega Genesis by Radica, which is where I played the first game I ever played, Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Speaking of, it is a new year, 2023, as of the time of me streaming this, and I have yet to do my annual playthrough of the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. And once again, that is something that I want to do on stream. When will that be? You'll just have to tune in every Wednesday and Saturday at 5 p.m. PDT to find out. And by that I mean I haven't gotten an actual day to stream that yet. So yeah, I don't tend to announce the games that I'm going to be playing ahead of time. Not because I'm like, oh, you know, I don't want people to possibly know what's coming up next. It's just that I would rather people be surprised, and I more so want people to tune in to hear from me rather than just, oh, hey, here's a game. But of course, I recognize that, you know, I'm not sitting here with a face cam just going live talking about random things with a camera pointed at me. I am also playing a game, which is why I say, hey, if you have any suggestions for anything that you want to see, just let me know. I'm thinking 60,000 or 75,000, depending on how quickly we get there. Just so that way we can make sure that we can get everybody 100%ed. I'm so sorry that this stream has not been very interesting in terms of visuals so far, and I'm sure the constant sound of the metal getting hit by the laser is getting a bit grating, but once again, this is the grind. You know, I offered last stream to do this part off stream, but, you know, nobody responded, so I didn't want people to think that I was just doing things and, like, depriving y'all of content, I guess. A silly worry to have, but still, you know, it's something. People want to see the experience of the games as well as hear me ramble. So I'm showing y'all what it takes to get to true 100%. Because technically, aside from end of game collectibles, I have gotten 100%. The only thing is, we haven't, you know, purchased all of it. So that's what we're here to do. I have been kind of hesitant to put out polls, because, by the way, aside from a few personal accounts, I don't really have any social media that I really do things on. I do have a Twitch account that I have not touched in years. I don't have a Twitter, I don't have, you know, Mastodon, I don't have, you know, this, that, or the other thing. Pretty much all of my, like, updates and whatnot are on YouTube itself. Which, you know, if YouTube ever, you know, goes south, I guess I have that Twitch account, but, you know, I came to YouTube because I feel like it's given me... You're joking, come on. It's given me the most variety. I can upload scripted videos here, I can upload little shorts, which I have not been doing. I put out the one, Welcome to the Next Level, which I was very proud of. It was a way to show the CRT that I had found, the Sony Vega, something or other. I have it written down here. The Sony Vega, however you pronounce it, KV-20FS120. Because I found that on the side of the road. And I scooped it up, and come on, bring me back to YouTube. I'm gonna have to take off my glove. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, I made that short, and fun fact, I have hidden a sort of director's cut in the description, as a sort of treat to those who check the descriptions of YouTube Shorts, because I don't think many people realize that you can put descriptions in YouTube Shorts. Sometimes there is none, and you just get the remix button, so you can use, whatever sound that person made. But for a lot of YouTube Shorts, you can click the 3 circles and you can see the description. And so I put that little director's cut there because, as I stated in the actual thing, I was originally going to upload the whole 33-second clip with the sort of build-up at the beginning. But I was messing around in the YouTube editor, and it gave me a 15-second cut of it. And I was just like, ooh, I actually like how this loops. And so that's how we got the video that I originally uploaded. And I was just like, I really like the build-up, but I don't just want to upload the same short twice, but have one be longer. So, to reward those who actually check the descriptions of YouTube Shorts, it's that whole thing of people never read the descriptions. Well, with YouTube Shorts, most people aren't even aware that they have descriptions, so there you go. But, I put it as a little treat, and of course I put pretty much the same spiel that I have just been going on about in that video's description. So, if you check the first description, you get, I think, I put like Genesis Does, and then just the link to the extended cut. And then, because I was confident, okay, people who found this are privy to checking the descriptions of YouTube Shorts, then I put the little creator commentary, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. In the description. So, if you find this buried in an hour into the ending of MegaMarathon X, Mega Man X Xtreme 2, and then find the Welcome to the Next Level YouTube short, you can enjoy that little thing. And, you know, I mean, obviously it's unlisted so people can share the link, but, you know, that's less fun than just finding it yourself. And of course I didn't film the video with that in mind. I just wanted to create a little artsy thing. I actually had a take that I was originally going to use because it was sort of my test shot to see if I could pull off the aesthetic that I wanted to. Unfortunately, I was aiming a bit too high up with the camera. Ah, nice. Alright, I guess 45 is where we're, 45 is where we're cutting it off for now. And then we'll immediately go back in. Because I don't think 4,500 is going to be enough. Oh, definitely not. Yeah. Sorry, chat. We're listening to all that again. How did I not get super recover for you? Come on. Ooh. Why do you have more things than the other two? Did I not? No! Oh, chat. Oh, chat, I forgot. Okay. So let's do some math, chat. Exactly how many medals do I need? So, I'm just going to grab all the retry chips, just to get them out of the shop. So, let's see, we have 18,000 times 3. Plus, so I already have shock absorber and, oh no, X just doesn't have those. So it's just double barrier and then the 2 shock absorber and what? Okay. My brain doesn't want to work, I guess. Alright. So if I'm reading this right, the 3 18,000s plus the 2 13,500s means that I need 81,000 medals in total. Which means we're going to be grinding for a bit longer. It's a good thing that this is a Saturday stream and we don't have a 4-hour hard limit. But also I don't think the rest of the game is going to take that long. Just a hunch. But in the future, would y'all like more? Oh, I never finished talking about what I was talking about with that. I was originally going to use that test shot because I really liked how it looked, except looking at it again, the camera angle was too high up, so you couldn't actually see like the controller cord going into like the darkness, and the thing, you could only see like the top half of the actual TV. So I was just like, oh, perfect. And then I was just like, oh, not perfect. So I redid the camera work for that video. But then I realized, oh, this is, one thing you'll notice is I was a bit further away from the Genesis than I was expecting. So when I turn it on, I slightly nudged forward, so the camera angle isn't consistent. And I know that most people would have never noticed that, like, little tidbit. But it's something that I personally noticed that didn't happen in the test run. It was just, you know, a sort of flat camera angle. And the worst part is it was unintentional. But that shorter 15-second cut has a lot less of that movement. Like, I think the most it has is a little bit at the very beginning. But, you know, it's just something that, looking back at it, I probably could have taken, like, one extra pass to really, like, get everything just right, have the proper framing that I wanted, have, you know, the camera not move. Because I just recorded it, you know, on my phone, because I don't have a fancy camera. Laying on my stomach, without a tripod, because I didn't want to ask my roommate for their tripod for a singular 30-second long little video idea. But, you know, it's just those little things. Like, I'm very proud with... How did I get hit there? I'm very proud with how the final product turned out. But of course, you know, I'm the one who made it. I had the idea in my head. I was the one who executed it. And there's just those, like, little things you notice that it's just like, ah, you know, it's not perfect, but of course, you know, perfection is such an abstract concept that, you know, if everything were perfect, then, you know, it would just be boring, because there would be no flaws. I'm not saying that that unintentional camera movement made it more artistically viable or something. I'm just saying, you know, it's... Nothing is perfect, and I'm not stressing too much about it. I just figured that I would state, yeah, if you watch the extended cut and notice that the camera starts in a different position than it ends, that's why. But with that little YouTube short, I wanted to invoke a sense of nostalgia, which is why in the extended cut, I sort of lingered on that shot of, you know, you hear the TV turn on, and you just hear the static, or not the static, the hiss of the CRT warming up, and then you just, all you can see is the little red dot, and then all of a sudden, you know, the TV springs to life when the Sega Genesis turns on. So, you know, it's something that's very familiar to me, which is why I was just like, oh, I know exactly how to set this up. You got the singular cord connecting the controller that just snakes off into the darkness. You got the singular red light of the TV turning on. And then that slow sort of build up to the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 title screen. I really like it. And, you know, when I do media analysis and whatnot, and do things where I show up on camera, I would like to do things like that, but at the same time, I'm not planning on making an entire cinematic universe that you have to watch, like, Season 5 of Max CVA reviews, I don't know, Dig Dug 2, to understand, you know, all these sort of things. And once again, no offense to people who, you know, want to make stories and wants to make these, like, big projects with their reviews. I would much rather just get to actually critiquing the media. Because I feel like a lot of people, as entertaining as I find it, a lot of people tend to have their videos drag on by having this, that, and the other thing, and we have to have 5 minutes of wrapping up the cliffhanger from the end of the, I don't know, Gumby for Game Boy Advance review. Where, you know, I was trapped in an alternate dimension, forced to review bad games. And once again, as I said before, no offense to people who do that. Once again, like I said, I find it very entertaining. But, you know, if I'm, like, pressed for time, or I'm, like, watching something... you're joking. If I'm watching something on, like, my 15-minute break at work, I just want to hear about the game. And, of course, you know, people often provide chapters to get to the actual meat of the video. And also, that is something that I'm debating on doing. So, for those who watch the streams afterwards, they can just go, I want to see you play, I don't know, Bamboo Pandemonium 5 or something. I'm probably just going to have it in chunks where, like, oh, this is where I fought Bamboo Pandemonium. And only when I switch which Maverick I'm fighting would I make a new chapter. So, like, for example, last stream where I ended up dying a lot during the first... You're joking. Come on. Get out of here. Garbage. Where I died against... Well, not against. I only died, like, once against Bamboo. But for those who are just like, seriously? Does your hitbox have like a pendulum or something, Axel? Why are you getting hit? But like, only when I move on to the next Maverick that I fight would I put the next chapter, and of course I would have, you know, Sigma Palace 1, Sigma Palace 2, X Hunter Base 1, X Hunter Base 2. And of course for Gates Lab Stage 2, where you fight Hymax and then you have a part 2 where you haven't finished the stage, I would probably have that labeled like Gates Lab 2A, Gates Lab 2B. And, you know, that might be something that I do within the coming days, so if you see those chapters, yeah, that's where that thought ends, I guess. So, for example, how I would chapter this stream so far is we have, well, normally I would put pre-show and then main content, but this one doesn't really have a pre-show because I immediately just jumped into getting these medals. So I would probably have the first section of this one be Earth Rock 1, or Troya Base 1, and then, you know, we go into Primrose the only time, so it would just be Primrose. And then I didn't end up jumping back into, you know, Troya Base in between my 2 runs of Pitch Black. So that would, or my 3 runs, because I did have that run where I just kind of ran through without thinking. But, you know, it would just be Pitch Black. And then this would be Troya Base 2. Or 3? Yeah, Troya Base 2. I don't know. For those in the future, you can see which Troya Base version this is. Oh, but I was talking about why I gravitated towards YouTube. Well, I mean, aside from the fact that, like, stupidvideos.com, which was a real site, which was a real video hosting site, I only went there, like, once with my brother because there was this song about a cat, and it was very entertaining. So I'm hoping it wasn't just like, oh, this is the place to put the content of people who are the worst. Because that would suck. And then it's just like, oh yeah, I wanted to post on stupid videos. And then it's just like, yeah, we're putting you on a watch list. You know, but you know, a lot of other web hosting sites like blip.tv have come and gone, but YouTube has been there for years. And of course, you know, it's backed by Google and whatnot. But this place lets me post, like, community posts, lets me post polls, it, like I said, scripted videos, YouTube shorts, and then I went on that whole rant about the only YouTube short that I have on my channel as of the date of streaming. As well as you can see, live streams. But yes, going back to that, the whole thing that I was trying to get at is, if you want updates, pretty much just, like, I don't like doing the whole YouTube thing because I feel like if you want to, you would do it on your own, but if you want to get updated on when I go live or when I upload a new video, subscribe and hit the bell and turn it on to all post notifications. So that way you can see when I post in the community tab or upload a poll or a short video, go live, things like that. Because I don't really have many other social medias that I am really publicly present on. Aside from ones that I just use to talk to friends and don't have a public platform on, and do not wish to make a public platform on. I've just never been one for maintaining more than a small handful of social media accounts. My brain is not working. yeah, I guess that's the end of that. Um, I also have been, because I very much enjoy browsing. Oh, speaking of browsing, that's what I was talking about. Like, I'm not afraid of social media platforms. Like, I do peruse those sites that I was talking about, like Mastodon and Twitter and whatnot, to sort of see the people that I enjoy watching, what they're up to. So, like, you know, it lets me see progress on things like Sonic Project 06, Mega Man X Corrupted, there's a Castlevania one that is slipping my mind right now. But, like, you know, those fan games that are in active development, that, you know, they don't want to always post a video, but hey, they can make a tweet about it, or they can make a Mastodon post about it. So I'm well familiar with how the sites work. It's just, once again, I would rather just have this hub that if somebody wants to see me, you know, they can do that. And, you know, at some point, if I ever do make something like a Patreon or something else to that effect where people can pay me money to do things, I will have that linked on my YouTube channel. Yeah. I think that was the end of that phrase, but the way that I said it made it sound like I was going to say more. I'll have it linked on my YouTube channel so that way people can find it easily. There. Also, chat, we're halfway there. Are you excited? We can almost not hear this sound anymore. And we can almost look at something other than these kind of muddy textures. I guess I can talk about some videos that I want to make. In the meantime, typically I'm just like, ooh, I want to finish them and then have y'all experience it. But, you know, I figured I might as well talk about the things. That way it's not just like, wow, Max just really doesn't like talking about what they're doing until they do it. But, you know, on the one hand, I don't want to make empty promises that I can't keep, where it's just like, oh yeah, I want to make a video where I, you know, jump off of a mountain, and it's just like, well, that's not feasible. And then it's just like, yeah, but it's in my plans. You know, but I digress. So, one series that I've been talking about is a series very much like Exo Paradigm Gamers' Remake or Rebreak or cross-platform series, where it's looking over nice. where it's looking over major releases, or major re-releases rather, and sort of picking out what the pros and cons of each one and which one that I would recommend based on, looks, aesthetics, gameplay, as well as accessibility. Because not everybody knows how to set up an emulator. Not everybody has, the equipment to run said emulators. Some people like playing on original hardware. Some people like, just whatever's the most accessible, whatever's, currently being sold, however they can most easily support the official release. And so that's something that I want to bring up, because I feel like that's not something that a lot of people talk about unless they're reviewing a specific port of something. So, like, for example, the X Legacy collections, or Sonic Origins. A lot of people describe them as accessible but flawed. Which, is a very succinct way of describing them. But I want to more go into detail. And of course, I plan on titling this series just Versus, which, doesn't sound nearly as cool as Remake or Rebreak or Cross-Platform, but it also leaves a much wider net, so that way I can talk about, like, we have the original mobile phone versions of the Sonic 1, 2, and CD remasters, and then we have, like, the 2011 Steam version, and then we have Sonic Origins, which, just going back to Exo Paradigm Gamer again, he did videos covering the original games going into the, like, 2011, 2012 remasters on mobile phones, but then how do they fare going for Sonic Origins? How do they compare? Which one should people look at in terms of accessibility? I don't want to make a section on pricing, because especially if you're looking at original retro games, that can get very expensive, because the retro game market is kind of a joke at this point. And not a very funny one, a very sad one. That's why I very much enjoy when companies do sort of re-releases like this. So that way I don't have to pay $200 for a disc that is probably going to suffer from disc rot in a year and a half, if not shoved in, like a super special crate and never seen the light of day again. But hey, I have the original copy, I guess. Of course Really? I am never going to shame somebody for playing a game on emulator over original hardware, or playing on original hardware over emulator, because at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun and experiencing the game in a way that's, suitable for you, all the more power to you. Like, I personally prefer original hardware. I say as I've been playing emulated collections. And I say, as I said, that this is the definitive version of X8, but this is technically a port of the PC version. Don't worry about it. But, you know, it's... I'm fine with either, but of course I have my preferences. And one of those is also talking about the you know, sort of definitive way to do it, to play some of these games, which can be separate from, you know, the most accessible way, because, you know, some games have dedicated modding scenes where they've added a whole bunch of improvements and tweaks and rebalances. Like, yes, you can go to a site like My Abandonware and download the PC version of Sonic Riders, but a lot of people have modded the GameCube version, and a lot of people find that to be the definitive version. And it's very much the same thing with Sonic Heroes. You know, the Sonic Heroes PC version has a lot bigger of a modding scene than the Sonic Riders PC port, but once again, a lot of people just emulate the GameCube version and then, you know, mod that version. So I don't want to get, like, too into semantics when I say, like, definitive way to play these games. Whoa! But it's something that I want to bring up. Because, you know, not a lot of people know that some of these things exist. Not many people know that there was a PC version of Sonic Riders at all. But, like, you know, sort of showcasing those things and giving my perspective on, you know, if you play this, that, or the other thing, it's not gonna be the best thing in the world. It's not gonna be the worst thing in the world. I'm very excited to make the Versus video on Castlevania Symphony of the Night. One, because I've played pretty much all of the major versions. I haven't played the Sega Saturn version on original hardware, because I have a North American Sega Saturn and I haven't imported or burned a copy of the Japanese version to use with my Action Replay, because region free, heck yeah. Or I guess it would be a region switcher. But I've played the PlayStation original. I have played the Sega Saturn version on emulator. I have played the PlayStation Portable version that was included in the Dracula X Chronicles, which then was the basis for the Castlevania Requiem port. And I have played the Xbox 360 version, and I'm very interested to see if there was any well, I guess the game would have been updated on any platform if there was any, like, updates to include all the FMVs that they removed. You're kidding. I accidentally double-tapped the button. I think if Axel gets close to dying, I'm just going to use the life tank. I do not care. We'll certainly have enough medals to where we can just repurchase the life up, because it's like, what, 25 medals? Maybe 50 to fill up the tank? But like, you know, we have all of those versions. And then just recently, we got the GameCom port. The one that only had like 2 or 3 screenshots that many people didn't even like think actually existed. It exists! I have it on my computer. I could play it right now. Yeah, that's certainly not going to win the bout in any universe. Not even for like portability or accessibility, because guess what? It never officially came out. So, oops. And even then, once again, the PS3 or PSP and PS Vita trounce it in the portability department because it's the full game, and you don't have to sacrifice everything. But you know, it's very much like a very, I don't know why you did this, but it was so impressive that you even tried. You know what? It might take a bit longer, but I think I'm just going to use X to grab the ones that are super close between his legs. Because you know what? X isn't really doing much for us. He can grab stuff. I don't have the original, like, Game Boy Advance carts for, say, the Mega Man Zero games, but I do have the Zero collection on DS, and I do have the Zero ZX Legacy collections on PC. No, Switch? Either way, I have it. Which is the important thing. So I could talk about differences between those at some point, but that would require me to play through the Mega Man Zero games multiple times, which, like I said, isn't super my thing. But I don't know, maybe I just haven't played enough, like, Azure Striker Gunvolt, which was also Inti Creates made, that had a very similar vibe to really understand why so many people enjoy the gameplay. I have seen other people play those games and enjoy them a lot. So I'm not just sitting there going, oh, you know, I could only play, like, up to... I don't even remember any of the villains' names from the Mega Man Zero games, if I'm being honest. Was Harpuya that, or was that ZX? I'm pretty sure fighting Fafnir was Mega Man Zero. But, you know, I could only play up to, like, the second or third boss, then I had to shut it off, because it's a bad game. No, like, I just didn't really click with it. But of course, you know, at some point in the future that might change. I'm also giving the Battle Network series another shot, because I also didn't really click with those games. But, you know, my tastes change over time. Although I haven't really grown out of many things. I just kind of add new things that I like and just kind of pinball between all of them at different points, which, you know, is... I like to enjoy things. Alright, chat. We're almost done. Just a little under 20,000 more to go. But yeah. And of course, if I ever get to the point where I can do YouTube full time, that would be great. And of course, you know, I don't think I ever put my business email in my YouTube channel description. I should probably add that. I was about to say, and of course I would love to do like comic or game dubs or be a part of like this, that, or the other thing. My thumb's starting to hurt because I've just been holding down a singular button this whole time. I was about to say, and if anybody heard the sultry tones of Douglas and said, yes, I want that in my project, I have my business email, which I will add to the channel description. And of course, as it will probably say business inquiries only, as you could probably tell by the fact that it's a business email. But, you know, legitimately, if people hear my voice and they want me to be involved in a project, you know, we can talk in the emails. I don't, like I said, I don't have a lot of social medias. The ones that I do are mainly just personal ones to keep in contact with friends and family. So if you are to contact me for something like that, please use my business email. But I digress. Under 10,000 to go, chat. We are trucking along. We are how long into this? We are an hour and a half, and we are almost done 100%ing this game. I know I said we're going for true 100%, but that would require us to go back here a third time. No, thank you. I'll just, like, show it in, like, a video or something or other at some point, because I do want to make reviews of all these games as well. You know, I have my initial impressions as I play them, but of course, you know, I'm sitting here trying to make conversation and talk through an entire stream. And as you can hear, sometimes I lose track of what I'm saying. I can't find the proper way that I want to articulate my points. And so making a review based off of the game that I was playing is a way for me to get all my thoughts out in a way that feels, you know, more rehearsed, I guess. You know, it's something where I don't feel like I'm just talking off the cuff, you know, having to come up with things on the spot. Because it's a very different set of skills. You know, my more traditional theater acting helps for when I make videos. And my improv background helps me when I'm doing live streams, even though, oftentimes there's there's a lot of dead air because my brain just decides to stop suddenly. But yeah, we're almost there. Count with me, chat. 76,172, 76, 200, 320. No, okay. Yeah, and that's another thing. YouTube, because it has the different, sort of ways to, as the old, slogan of YouTube used to be, broadcast myself. I can choose whether I want to, sort of have those experiences. Meanwhile, if I did something like Twitch, it would pretty much just be nothing but this. And while yes, I very much enjoy streaming, I also want those more rehearsed, more scripted content. Just because like I said before, I can't always articulate my points. And I feel like sometimes without a script, I end up walking around in circles. Oh, here we go, chat. Here we go. Just a bit more. Here we go. We can actually start the game after this. It's wild. It feels like this loading screen has been taking forever. Oh. All right. Here we go. Alright. There we go. And just so that way we have enough to get more prickle barriers and retry chips. I'll just get 82,000. Alright. Let's go, chat. Let's get out of here. Never think about that stage again. Although my highest combo was 5. Alright, life charge. Life charge. Double barrier. Double barrier. And shock absorber and shield armor. And now, finally, double barrier. And you might be wondering, well, it only says 95% for 0. It's because there's a thing that we can't get until technically the game's over. Which kind of sucks. But whatever, that's 100%! Hey y'all, welcome to the the end of the MegaMarathon X. We are finally reaching the orbital elevator and taking on the Jacob Project to find Sigma once and for all. Alright, we don't need no navigation. Also, this is your reminder to hydrate if you've not done so already. Also, because this level is an auto-scroller, Zero is going to be very dizzy by the end of it. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here with your shield nonsense. Yep. There we go. But yes, now that we're actually on to the orbital elevator, we'll see what all the hubbub was about. We can use our team team blast. You can tell that I was talking about Sonic Heroes earlier. We can use our double attack, chat. Isn't that riveting? I know y'all were just waiting for the double attack to appear back up in this. To appear back up in this. To appear in this game again. Yep, well. X is using his head. Ha 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 ha. Please clap. Also, yes, be very careful. You can fall off the side of the things and die. Also, pay no mind that the well, pay no mind that the background is very low resolution. That's like, what, 3 pixels? It's silly, but ultimately nothing that, you know, takes me out of the experience or anything. It's just something silly that I figured I'd point out. Alright, here we go. Who do we fight at the top of the... This is a really cool shot, by the way. Who do we find at the top of the orbital space elevator?
Warning. Warning.
I don't see anybody. Is it the moon? No, it's Vile. Remember him?
Don't you ever get tired of the whole justice thing? Don't you ever get tired of being Sigma's lapdog?
I love that interaction.
The orbital elevator, the energy, the space minerals, the rocket data, the route to space. The thing that's allowed this world to survive this long is ours. How can you take this world seriously when it's all about to end? I think I'll take care of you before I go after your boss.
Okay. See ya. The Hiroryusho is Vile's weakness. Ow. Darn. Ah, he did it. When using the D knuckle, no, K knuckle, the knuckles, Zero will occasionally shout Shoryuken. Which, fun fact, there's actually a cut bit of dialogue with X shouting Hadouken and Shoryuken. So that's interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Let me hit you, Vile. Haha. I was gonna say just like Mega Man X2, but you weren't in that game. Oh, I should have taken him out with a double attack. I didn't think about it. Yay! I got an A rank. Cygnus, you say that every time.
Just like old times.
Zero? Does it remind you of the virus?
So, you heard about that? He tried to use me to destroy the world.
No, you weren't supposed to know about that.
That's why I've got to find him and turn him into a pile of molten scrap. Be my navigator. Help me find that Maverick before he fulfills his plan.
I'm surprised she didn't blush because of that. Anyway, let's go investigate the rally point. In Gateway. As you can hear, I'm not super excited for this. Can you tell why? Chat, it's the boss refight time! Woo! Let's go, chat! Let's go! No! Ah. So yeah, this is boss refights. Still nothing too interesting to say about them. If you can believe it, it's the same Mavericks that we fought, but again. No new patterns, they don't even have that much different. We just have all of their weapons, so aside from the long invincibility periods, we can pretty much, I didn't want to do that. We can pretty much just take them out. Yay, we did it, chat. Whoa! It was a new generation Reploid using the copy data of the enemy. But no, that actually is a very clever way of... What do you call it? Framing that? It's Avalanche Yeti! Oh no. Oh, no. Why did I do that? That's what I wanted to do. Get out of here with that garbage. Out of my face. Whoa! It was a pile of snow using copy data? Anyway. Anyway. Oh no, they do come back. Okay, that's good. This should be Dark Mantis? Yep. You'll never guess what Dark Mantis's weakness is. Although, funnily enough, I think using X for this one, yeah, works a bit better. Aha! You're joking. There we go. Get your booty out of here. Yeah. Look at that. Y'all, it's a new generation Reploid using the copy data of the Maverick. Okay. I swear I'll stop bringing that up. But it's still kind of funny to me. Oh, that wasn't full. Dang it. Get out of here. Oh yeah, I know I didn't explain that. Don't stand where you see the little lightning things, like the little energy sparks flying out of the ground. That's where the enemy is gonna attack. It was a new... Chat, surely one of these has to be the original, and not just a new generation Reploid using the DNA data of the enemies. Hey, it's our favorite pal! Burn Rooster! Well, that was rude. You know what? I'm gonna do the Shoryuken on him, just to show off. Even though this is abysmal range compared to the D-Glaive. Also, as you can see, you can use the Giga attack when you don't have full... Come on. There we go. Sometimes I just like bullying these dudes. Hey chat, are you surprised that it's a new model Reploid using the DNA data of the defeated Maverick? Alright. Who Who should I fight next? I will take care of Bamboo Pandemonium. Whoosh. Oops, well. Well, I know that's not your weakness. Oh! That was very close to hitting me. Hey, Bamboo. Oh, you're kidding me. He was invincible. Nice. Is it? Huh. Anyway. I mean, that guy was so big that... You know, I've said that I'm going to stop the new generation Reploid using the DNA soul, or the DNA data of the Reploid, or of the Maverick that we just fought joke. But you know what? I just gotta say, I am a dummy. That it's very impressive that these new generation Reploids have been able to get a hold of the DNA data of all the Mavericks that we fought. Yeah, well. It might not be your weakness, but it sure does damage. Okay. Makes no difference to me. Dang it. In my own head, I was cool. I have lasers of my own, Optic Sunflower. Huh. You know, I could have sworn that looked a lot like a new generation Reploid using the Okay. Surely we are out of Maverick refights, so I can't use that joke again. Oh, wait. We haven't fought Gravity Antonian. Alright. It's so much easier when you can just snipe him from across the room. Every time. Oh no. Anyway. No, come back here. I just want to talk. I mean, I gotta get the double attack in there somewhere. How else are we going to upgrade it to level 2? In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a level 3 where it's just red. I guess we won't be seeing that. That did look kind of familiar. The sleeping guard who is taking care of the generator! Right. We go back out the way that we came. For the first time in this entire game. But there's a boss door here. Warning! We must be fighting Vile. Sigma!
I shall allow you to call me by that name, for I am indeed Sigma.
Yeah? You feeling okay, buddy?
Plan to take revenge on every Reploid, every human in the entire world? You're completely mad. I'm putting a stop to this right now. Put a stop to what? We already control the moon. That old world has decayed and rotted. I will usher in a new world to replace it. But before that, X, perhaps it's time for our final showdown. Bring it on!
I really like Sigma's design. But once again, it really doesn't have that, you know, that broken down vibe that X6 was going for. Oh. He feels too neat, too tidy. There's no crouching button. Fun fact, chat. Oh no! Also, fun fact. You can use the Giga attack before it's fully done. That's a really nice death scream. A new generation Reploid that we already knew pretty much all of them have the battle data of Sigma. Why? Why? Why did they give them that? Yeah, I mean, you could say that there was a lot of retreading. But now that we never have to do that stage again. Look at that! We got 100%, Jet!
I'm picking up multiple Maverick signals on the moon's surface. What is this?
I think it's Sigma.
How can you tell?
I can sense it too. It's him.
So you're saying that other was a copy?
Seemed like it.
Palette, you saw it turn back into... whatever. Well, no. She didn't, because we didn't have a navigator.
Let's move out.
Sigma Palace. Did I get the... no. That's right, it's after the game is beaten. And Axel, you're nice, but I gotta go with 0. I don't mean to keep you from the endings of these games, but you could say that X and 0 have seniority or whatever. Yeah. Now that's a hitbox that I can say, what were they thinking? But in a good way this time. 'Cause it worked out for me. Owie. Alright. You got this one. A ride armor? Vile's ride armor!
So, you still refuse to give up your struggle, huh? Are you so blind that you've somehow convinced yourself that hope remains?
Struggle? I'm just tired of running into you and Sigma every time I turn around.
I suppose it'd be a waste to just destroy you now. Maybe I'll wait till the last possible moment and have a little fun with this.
Yeah, I don't foresee that going too well for you, buddy. Oh, well.
Go for it! Leave it to me!
Now please, tell me more about how you wanted to use that ride armor. That's a neat little ride armor you got there. It's too easy. It's too easy to make fun of these dudes. Also, fun fact, in hard mode, that is actually different because you do not destroy Vile. Sigma! Oh yeah, I destroyed another Sigma up here. It's so easy, I do it unintentionally at this point. We're defeating Sigma like it's our job. Oh wait! Alright. So Sigma Palace. Sigma Palace can be kind of scary. Because as you can tell, aside from all of the Sigmas,
Your turn! Leave it to me!
yeah, take that. Aside from all the Sigmas lying around, there are a lot of spikes. And yes, I have a prickle barrier, but I don't want to use it. Because that would leave me with 1 HP.
Go for it! Let's switch! Here I come!
Oh. Oh, but in hard mode, you don't actually defeat Vile. And he instead
Your turn! Leave it to me!
locks away the character that you didn't use to defeat him. So I don't know what happens if you use a double attack on him. I'm just assuming it doesn't work. Or it's whoever you have as your main character. But either way, whoever didn't deal the finishing blow gets locked away, and you have to do it with one of your two characters, that previous segment.
Maverick Hunter, it's good to see you again, X.
So you know how I said that, like, they didn't keep the aesthetic of Sigma being more and more corrupted and, like, decaying? Yeah, that was bait and switch. This design is so cool.
Our meeting was fated, X. Our destinies come to a head right here, right now. The time has come to usher in a new age, and you, X, are an essential part of it. Your dedication to what you refer to as justice is what first got me thinking. I realized the imperfection of this world and decided I must change it.
Don't blame me for your insanity, Sigma.
It's too late, X. The gears are in motion. There's no turning back now. My children were the ones, X. The new generation Reploids were the ones. My children
They were your
always
children?
for the development of space, mankind's life.
Yo, Sigma invented space with his children?
What are you talking about?
The Jacob Project. The program that gave birth to the new generation Reploids.
So wait, were the new generation Reploids created to create the orbital space elevator?
It was all my doing. The world that was birthed by that plan rightfully belongs to me.
Bro, it's a dusty rock floating in space. You can have it.
Now, X, you will be destroyed along with the rest of this decayed world. Bring it on!
Guys, so cool. Yep. I feel bad because I don't have much to say, but like, God, this is so cool, but also I'm trying not to die.
Now you're in for it. Go for it.
I need to stop being so reckless. All right. Oh, you're joking. Oh, I didn't break his shield first. That makes more sense. There we go.
Impossible. How could you? You couldn't.
I just did.
Destroyed the old world. New age.
Sounds like he got something caught in his throat. Anyway, so what? Does Sigma turn into the moon now? MegaMarathon X Frontiers.
Oh, Lumine. Are you okay?
Oh, neat.
Am I okay? Of course. Now that you've defeated Sigma, I suppose you're satisfied.
Lumine, you have the most uncanny ability to look incredibly villainous.
But Lumine, weren't you just used by Sigma?
Used? I don't think so. You see, he merely helped my plan along.
The new generation Reploids have been awakened, and the new world is at hand.
So yeah, finally Sigma wasn't the big bad the entire time.
Come on. Give up now.
This fight is so cool. So, as you can see, we get the different Maverick abilities flying around Lumine. And the different weaknesses, or Lumine's weakness, actually changes to correspond to whatever that Maverick was weak to. It's such a cool idea for a boss fight. And if this was... Nice. If this was what the Maverick refights were, just something that showed up, it was just, you know, some dude who had the abilities of the Mavericks, and that's what you fought against. That would be so much cooler. Oh, dang. Come on. There we go. So there we go, we took out Illumine. Why are you floating again? We just beat you. Lumine!
Tell me you've gone Maverick too.
Maverick? You don't really think that's the case, do you? That's why you can't finish me off, right? You don't have it in you. Copy chips we new generation Reploids possess, they were derived from data from hundreds of old model Reploids. That means, of course, that Sigma was also included in the mix.
We know. There have been so many copy Sigmas. Why do you think that's a revelation?
Understand what I'm getting at here?
Copy chip? Sigma? Does that mean that I'll go nuts like he did?
Sorry, but prototypes like you don't have the specs to cause something like that. Besides, was Sigma really crazy? He rebelled against your world, but he had his reasons.
Also, speaking of Sigma, look at him in the background. I never really noticed because I was always paying attention to Lumine and the Hunters. But Sigma's just gone. Like, his husk is there, but he's just... He was deleted. Yo, okay.
Things could turn like that at any moment. This decision to wage battle against the old world was made consciously. In other words, we possess the power to go Maverick at will.
That was the whole purpose of going Maverick. It wasn't a virus. It was them rebelling against their human creators.
You're merely
I understand that the whole Maverick virus and Sigma virus thing came later into the series, but
those of us who have evolved.
it's so dumb that they're treating it like it's some big thing.
The world is changing. Therefore, it's only natural that evolution take its course. Now line up to be exterminated.
Okay.
Don't let him get to you, X. He's the enemy.
Enemy, ally. This issue isn't so black and white. Reploids, along with humanity, have irrevocably changed.
I will say, Lumine almost feels like a Resident Evil villain, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy him so much. But also,
You can babble all you want, but we're not gonna let you get away with this.
it's so nice having a villain that isn't just Sigma. Like, yeah, you could say, oh, Lumine has the DNA data of Sigma in him. But nah, this is Lumine. This is all Lumine. Let me have this one, please. Also, I love the background for this final fight. Even though I suck at it. You're joking, come on. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to press the other attack button. Okay. You know, at some point they're going to stop giving me back that okay. And then there we go. Oh, I should have saved that for the final hit. Oh well. Ah. Yes. Okay. Also, we'll just pretend that I didn't forget to attack the boss to lower its shield. Or lore. It's the lore! Lower his shields. Oh gods, no. So this part's real cool. Where if you don't take Mountain Time and the screen fades to black, you just die. And I believe in hard mode, either his shield regains much quicker or he's firing projectiles at you. So yeah, it gets so much more difficult in hard mode.
You may have defeated me, but it's too late to stop what's already begun.
I'll take on plenty more like you if that's what it takes.
You really don't have a grasp of the situation, do you?
I set the elevator to go back down, so you'll have to wait at least 20 minutes.
Oh well. You'll find out soon enough.
Hey, thank you. It's over, once and for all. Axel, don't! Oh no, his glowy gem thing. Yeah, there you go, X.
Axel!
X, status report.
This is X. Axel has taken damage, but he's fine. We're headed back now.
It sucks that we have, like, nothing to go on after this ending.
That's how Lumine described it. He said this was evolution. If he's right, then what are we doing?
Because, like, we have X Command mission where Axel is fine, but that's
You've been thinking about what Lumine was saying a while ago.
a different continuity, I believe.
Well, don't let it get to you. Just becoming Sigma could hardly be called evolution. Anyway, X. Even if we Reploids are destined to join the scrap heap when that evolutionary step does come about, we still have to fight, not only against Mavericks, but against our own destiny as well.
And that was Mega Man X8, Paradise Lost. It's still one of my favorites. Fun fact, Mark Gotha, who plays X, apparently is now like a surgeon. So that's cool. You know, credits to that dude. Yeah. Whew. Still one of my favorite games. There's just something about it. I don't know. It iterates on the formula without changing it up too dramatically to where I don't feel alienated. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm not such a big fan of what do you call it? Mega Man Zero? Because it also feels like an evolution of the Mega Man X games, but it's a style that I haven't personally gotten used to. Like, you have to go in hard, fast, you have to get a good enough rank in each stage in order to... oh hey, there's Ben Judd. Speaking of Red Ash from the beginning of the stream, Ben Judd's here. But I digress. It's probably because I haven't played them enough to get those good runs consistently. But when I start using things like the Cyber Elves and the game penalizes me for it, I don't know. It feels like it's punishing me for using the things that it is giving me to help. And I just don't know how I feel about it. At some point I will finish them in my own time before I ever think about doing them. Also, like I said, it is produced in association with the Ocean Group, but that is because it is the Blue Water Studio, a sister location, I believe, if not a subsidiary of the Ocean Group. But yeah, Like, I just hope my boy Axel is okay. Maybe I don't want a Mega Man X9, because if they made Axel the main villain, I think I would cry. I just want my hunters to be okay. With news of Lumine's going Maverick reached the ears of those in power, it was decided that all new generation Reploids with copy ability still in production would be cancelled. And the manufacture of and use of copy chips would not be... whatever. However, with the development of space in full swing, the demand for these new generation Reploids had not dwindled. Years later, production and copy chips once again resumed, despite the advice of those who had studied their history. Also, there are a lot of things that are missing spaces in here. Oops. Humans and robots living together in harmony and equality. That was my ultimate wish. Dr. Thomas Light. Boom! And so, before we log off... Whoa! A different splash screen! I'll just show you some things that they added. There's a cutscene.
The endless Reploid rebellions continue. Humans, however, have begun migrations to the moon, thanks to new technology. This plan is called the Jacob Project, and an orbital elevator was built as part of it. Highly advanced new generation Reploids have been brought to the moon's surface to work.
Also, I know that this is the same cutscene as before. I'm just using it as my chance to hydrate, and this is your second reminder to stay hydrated and do some stretching if you have not done so already. Alright.
Warning! Warning!
I'm picking up Maverick readings near the all hunt.
So, let's just get through this. As you can see, we have our health, we have our... well, not our weapons, but our weapon energy. Get out of here. I don't want to fight you. Oh no! Dang. Alright, so after we get past this initial stage, y'all may be wondering what's so different. Why am I still playing this? I just beat the game.
Axel, can you hear me? My analysis is complete.
Well, we will... I don't know why I'm not just rushing through this. Also, yes, as you can see, I didn't use the prickle barrier, the spare energy, or any of my life tanks. I'm proud of myself. Well, I was also on normal mode. So, you know, maybe I should have played on hard. Chat member from the first stream got me there. But we have bigger rewards and bigger combos because enemies take longer to kill. Which, yeah. Maybe we'll get Zero's last weapon? That would be cool. And maybe I could call this an actual 100% playthrough this time. Oh, that animation is always so goofy when he pulls it up. Oh, haha. Chat. Remember that thing that I said of I don't have the thing? I don't have any of my abilities yet. You would think that I would actually take that into account when I then try to use the abilities that I have already established that I don't have. But anyway. X. There we go.
Can you hear me?
No. Please. Continue. Wee. Sorry, I'm not really saying much. I'm just trying to get to the end of this segment because it's nothing that we haven't seen before. Could you imagine if they changed up the boss? That would be so wild. Vile! No, I'm just kidding. It would be funny if they, yeah. They sicked Vile on you again, just like, Mega Man X1. And hey, maybe this time I'll be able to show you the level 3, friend ability. Never mind. Oh no! Oh, well, I didn't want to... Oh no! It stayed at level 1 this time. How strange. Just smack it. No. Stab it. Bad crab mechanoid. Get out of here. It turned into a gem. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? Hey look, it's Vile. We found all the items? Chat, I didn't even realize. Anyway. So yeah, you can play the intermission at any time. But now, oops. We have pallet bullets. What are pallet bullets? And we have the blade. What does that mean? Hey, chat. But yeah. So, I should probably explain this. Each time you beat the game, and if you don't overwrite the save that you have at the very end of the game, you can just use that save over and over. I'm pretty sure that's what I did on my Switch playthrough, honestly. As long as you deal the final blow with each character, you then get their corresponding ultimate armor. And this is definitely something I'll show off in another video. Or another video. In a video. So you have Ultimate Armor X, where you got the plasma shot with multiple plasma balls. You have the Nova Strike, which I will show you when we get to Earthrock Trilobite himself. I forgot that I was going to do some metal farming. Get out of here. But as you can see, it takes different elements from the different armors. The Icarus and the Hermes armor, as well as the previous Ultimate armors. We don't have the hover, so it's not entirely based off of the fourth armor, but it does have the plasma shot. Owie! Oh, we're not gonna get enough just from defeating Earthrock, are we? But yes, that giant blade that you saw Sigma wielding at the end of the game, Zero can wield that. That is what the blade is. I know that's the. I almost said the chemical compound. I know that's the sign for Sigma. But yes, there's so many things that I want to show off. The different voice lines for each of the characters. The different ultimate armors. What pallet bullets are. Which, spoilers, whichever hunter you don't bring into the final fight, you can then purchase the navigator. So X gets Alia, Zero gets Lair, and Axel gets Pallet. Alia doesn't have access to any of X's armors. Lair can use all of Zero's weapons, and Pallet cannot use the A-Trans ability. That is just Dude Man's move. But also, as you can see, we have the invisible dash from the Hermes, I believe. The Hermes armor. Yeah, get out of here. Oh no. Yeah, we did it. But also, I just love the way the Ultimate Armor looks in this game. Like, it takes the kind of goofy design of the neutral armor, and it adds just a really nice purple and sort of gray color scheme to it.
The minerals we mine here are essential to the development of space. What do you plan to do with these rare resources? Even if I explained, I doubt a brainless Maverick Hunter like yourself could understand. I'll bury
Hurtful.
you old heaps of junk right here.
Anyway, let's take you down a peg. I love the Ultimate Armor. Oh, let me correct a mistake. After you're done doing that. Excuse me? Oh, you know what? There we go. Ha hoo ho. But yeah. That was pretty much everything I wanted to show you in Mega Man X8. Until that, I guess you would call it a bonus video. So, Crystal Wall, Recule Gun, Round Blaster, Weapon Get. Until next time, this has been Max CVA, also known as Fioka the Leader.
That looked like a hard fight, but there was never any doubt that you'd come out on top.
Peace.